Hey guys, Kate McGoy again, coming to you from Melbourne, Australia. This is my vlog as I travel around the world as a designer turned business coach. And this morning I was thinking a lot about shame, which is kind of a strange thing to spend your morning thinking about. But about 5 years ago now, I guess, there's a TED Talk by Brene Brown. For the few of you that haven't seen it, I'll put the link in the comments, but this TED Talk about vulnerability and shame came out and it really changed my life. I had breakfast with a friend that morning and she mentioned it, and I went home and I watched it, and then I just kind of sat in awe for a while, and then I put the video back on. I got in a hot shower listening to the video, and I just sat in the shower and I cried. Like an ugly cried for like an hour, and I don't know why, but something about that video just sparked in me this awareness that what I had been experiencing for so long in my life was really about shame. And I had to let go of a lot of that in order to move on and become the person that I wanted to become and to get the things that I wanted to get. And you know, at the time I was fairly newly sober. I think it was about a year sober, and so I was doing a lot of work on shame anyway. And so the time was just, it was perfectly timed that you know, I had the opportunity to put these things into practice. And I was working with some people in a 12-step program, and you know, we have in the 12 steps we have a process where we kind of write out the things that we have done and the things that we regret, and then we share it with somebody else. And that's really, it's about naming your shame, right? And it's giving taking responsibility for the things that we have done wrong. And what was so amazing for me during that process was how much A, I balked just doing it, but B, when I actually shared the things that I was so ashamed of with other people, to find out that so many other people struggle with the same thing. So many other people have the same problems and the same fears, and you are not alone. And that's what I want to talk about today, is that sometimes just knowing that you're not the only person that has ever done the things that you have done is what you need just to be released. And I can tell you that after meeting people all around the world in every walk of life, there are very few things that are really worth being ashamed of in your daily life. So if you are struggling with that, and if you're feeling not good enough, not worthy enough, not loved enough, I want to assure you that you are. There's somebody out there that loves you more than you can possibly imagine, and you are worthy of that love, you know. And for me, being able to slowly let go of the things that I felt I should be or should do has allowed me to create a life that is truly worth living. You know, I used to feel like I needed a house and a car and the MBA and, you know, a really amazing career and all of that stuff. And I worked so hard to get those things. And I had them. I had the house, I had the car, I had the job, I got the MBA. But I was absolutely miserable. I was miserable in that life for whatever reason. It just wasn't suited, and I think it's because I was doing things that I thought I should do and not the things that I really wanted to do. And so I never felt good enough. And one of the things that I have learned in the last year or two is really about learning to change how I define success. I no longer define success in the way that I feel other people would think that I'm successful. I define my own success. And when you can do that, when you can shift your values, every day is a win, right? So I no longer feel that I am, you know, unsuccessful because I don't have a beautiful home. I'm technically homeless. I'm traveling the world. This is the 17th country or something that I've been in the last 14 months. I sold my condo in order to fund my new business, and I live in an Airbnb right now. And when I get back to the States in a couple of months, I'm going to be probably staying with some friends until I figure out what's next. I don't have a home. It doesn't define me as success. Doesn't define my success. And you know, in fact, I have less financial success right now than I have in a long time because I'm starting a new business, and that's been really scary. But I've been able to redefine how how successful I am by looking at the strides that I've made, by looking at the people that I'm working with consistently and the partners that I'm attracting into my life that I get to work with, and the growth and the things that I've gone through in the year, from not even an idea to having a fully fledged business. Even if it's not quite profitable or as profitable as I would like it to, that's successful. And so being able to redefine success for you can really change it can change the quality of your life, right? Because you're no longer competing with yourself or with the idea that somebody else has for you, or more likely that you think they have for you. Most of the time people just want the best for you. They just have misplaced ideas about what that is. So let go of what other people want for you and start focusing on what you want for you, and redefine success so that you're always successful. Every day should be a win for you, and you can make that happen with a simple mindset change. I'll see you next week.